Hello, my name is Danielle Roberts. I am pro-choice and I'm an activist with Alliance for Choice. Well, the stall is on every week on a Saturday afternoon. There's a team of us that do it, so normally we do it about once a month each. The stall has a number of potential impacts. Firstly, it is a physical presence to counteract the anti-choice people who are on down the street. So really, we're physically here saying we're pro-choice and we're here too. We also have information on how to lobby your MLAs, which is member of the Legislative Assembly, so that's our local politicians. So we have questions people can ask their MLAs, and we have an election coming up in a few weeks, so it's a really important time to get engaging candidates. We also have information about if somebody needs an abortion, we can direct them to the Abortion Support Network, which is a charity based in England, which provides funding and information for people who need to travel, because we have no access to NHS abortions here, so it's really important that people know that support's there. And also there's always a chance, 1 in 3 women around the world have had abortions, there's always a chance if somebody has walked past the anti-choice stall down the street, had come face to face with their obscene images and then see us. So there's always the chance that we're there to reassure people that their society doesn't reject them, that we are them and we trust them to make their own decisions. Generally, the response from members of the public is pretty positive. Last week, 2 older women approached the stall and I wasn't quite sure how it would go, because sometimes we do get people sort of saying, I don't agree with this, and that's completely fine, people are entitled to their own opinion. And these 2 women actually told us that they thought we were really brave being out here and stating that we were pro-choice. So mostly the interactions are very positive, people saying, I'm so glad to see you, I'll definitely take this information and ask my MLAs. So I would say the majority of the interactions we have are positive. There are people who come up and tell us that we should be ashamed of ourselves, but that's fine, we just don't engage with them. So generally, it's positive reception that we get. I've been involved with Alliance for Choice for maybe about 5 years. The law here is just horrendous. Our own courts have ruled that it contravenes minimum international human rights standards. So we can't keep going like this, we need to change it, and the only way, there's no point saying, oh, somebody should do something, I am someone, so I should do something. So I got involved with Alliance for Choice, sort of through Facebook and social media, and then more and more in real life. So I do the stall now probably about once a month. Yeah, it has to change. Our own courts have ruled in a judicial review last year that it needs to change. We are breaching minimum international human rights standards. So I think we will get change. The parties are gradually coming around to it in cases of fatal fetal abnormality and a pregnancy as a result of a sex crime. So we don't even have NHS access in those instances, which are going to be very distressing for people. So there's a number of parties now support. The Green Party is pro-decriminalisation, people for profit are fully pro-choice, and they have 2 MLAs each at the minute. Other parties are supporting limited reform, so Sinn Féin support reform in cases of fatal fetal abnormality and sex crimes. There's been a number of bills brought on those basis. So I think we will get change on those issues pretty quickly because the courts have ruled that it needs to happen. Personally, I want decriminalisation. So the 1967 Act in England is better than what we've got here, but it in itself isn't perfect. It's 50 years now since the 67 Act came in, so it's beyond time that we had our laws changed here, and I think we could even do a better job than the 67 Act is doing. If you're wanting to get involved in protest activism, there are groups up and down the country. A good place to start is Twitter and Facebook. It's a pretty easy way to get involved. We use the hashtag #TrustWomen, so we are at all for choice, the number 4. But there's abortion rights campaign, which are across the UK. There are campaigns in every nation. There's also the Student Union movement is pretty actively involved. So there should be a group local to where you are, whatever part of the UK that is. There's also a campaign to reform the laws of the Isle of Man, because the Isle of Man also has very restrictive abortion laws. So a good way to get involved is to start trying to see if there's anything local to you and go to a meeting. Generally we're pretty friendly, so don't be put off by seeing people in real life, so come and get involved in the meeting. There is also the Abortion Support Network, which provides funding and information, and also a friendly place to stay for people who have to travel from Ireland, Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man to England for abortions. So if you are able to make a donation to them, that would be amazing, because they're completely charitable. So that is a practical way that you can help people who need to access abortions. And you can also get in touch with your MP. While abortion law is devolved in Northern Ireland, human rights aren't. So if you contact your MP to let them know that you aren't happy with the situation in Northern Ireland. There's also the BPASS campaign, which is across the UK, so the British Pregnancy Advisory Service. They use hashtag #WeTrustWomen. They're trying to get decriminalisation across the UK, so they want to reform the 1967 Act, so that's something to get involved in as well. That's across the whole country. So there's plenty of ways to get involved, with social media being one of the easiest ways to do that. But do go to real life meetings too. And talk to your friends and family, tell them that you're pro-choice. Have those discussions, because it's very likely you know somebody who's had an abortion, and because of stigma they're not able to talk about it. So have those difficult conversations, and the more you have them, the easier they get.